What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 10, dude. 10. I didn't even think I was gonna make it 10 episodes, man. This means 10 times in a row on a Sunday I've spoken to myself, except for the couple times I had guests. Bros, the bros are here, dude. If you're listening to this, you are a bro, whether you like it or not. But everybody's a bro, dude. That's the thing. I am referencing the video I just made, Bros on Zoom, dude. Did you guys like that one? That was a fun time, huh? I went home this past week, back up to Davis, California, to visit my mom and my sister and hang out a little bit because LA feels like it's still on lockdown and the beaches were still closed. I don't think they are anymore. But I want to get the hell out of here because I was having some cabin fever. So I went back up to my mom's to hang out, and I made the video there at my mom's house. So sorry, Mom, everybody's seen the inside of your house. And I'm wearing a new hat. You like this fucking hat, dude? It's a hat. I need a haircut. Okay. That was fun, dude. That video was really fun. If you haven't seen it, go look. Bros on Zoom. I like doing bro stuff. Bro stuff is fun. You know, I made a decision like maybe a year and a half ago to start doing more bro stuff because I'd stayed away from it for so long and because I thought it was cliche and outdone and it had been done by like Jimmy Tatro back in the day and the Lonely Island made fun of bros a lot. And so I was like, I don't need to do that. It's been done. But then I was like, well, what if I can do it like my own way? You know, what if I can put my own spin on the bros, dude? Because I'm still a bro, dude. Everybody's, we all have a little bit of bro inside of us. It just depends on the type of bro you have. Because there are some bad bros out there, but then there are like some chill bros, like mature, like the type of bro that I love to make fun of and like just be in general is that like mature, like conscious bro. You know what I mean? Out of so there were 5 bros in that video, right? Bryler, Brace, Brixton, Brendan, and Brykel. And I've never met anybody by any of those names. But they all have their own thing. You know what I mean? They all have their own like character to them. And I think that's really fun. And they all like hype each other up. I'm not doing like the sexist bro because that's the type of bro that's been done. So when I started doing more bro stuff, I made the decision to not do that type of like sexist bro that's been done that just talks about titties. Because when these guys talk about titties, it's like in a way that makes fun of bros who talk about titties all the time. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, just keep watching and it'll make sense one day. But you know, everybody has a little bit of bro inside them, and everybody likes titties to some degree, I guess. So I try to combine the two in a respectful way. Because that's what I like. In college, I was such a bro, dude. In college, we were bros, and we partied super hard. In high school, we were bros, and we partied really hard. But, I mean, I was raised by a single mom, so I'm not going to not respect women. You know what I mean? So, like, as I continued growing into this bro, this, like, adult bro that I'm becoming, it's fun to find, like, the mature way of being a bro. Instead of, like, bro, let's do some fucking coke tonight, dude. No, that's not it. It's more like, dude, let's do some coke tonight, dude, but make sure it's organic, dude. I want that pure shit, dude. All right, don't give me no GMO coke, dude. I don't want no GMO coke, dude. That's the flip. That's the twist on it that I like to give. And so I try to find different ways to do that. And that video was really fun. I was in the original version that I wrote, the Bros on Zoom. I was gonna have one of them start beatboxing, and then one of them was gonna start rapping. But I thought a poem would be much more fun because it's a fun way to express ebrotion. Do you get it? Do you get it? I said like bro emotion, dude. It's a fun way to express that. So I had the homie read a poem. It was cool, man. It was really fun to do that video. Oh, it got picked up by a couple pages on Instagram. Got 500,000 views between a couple different pages. Dude, it's funny how you can get that many views on Instagram and get like no followers from it. I don't understand that. I've heard you get more followers if you go private, if you turn your page on private. Not like if you're posting content, like entertainment type content, not just like regular people posting pictures, because you probably don't want tons of followers. But for me, it's like my job. So I think if you are on private, that's what my friend said. If you're on private, you get more followers. But I went on private 2 months ago, and I had somebody DM me, so I had to go on public because this person was really important. And I can't tell you anything more than that because we'll see, dude. We'll see what happens after this whole virus is done. Okay? Dude, that's the thing. I went home. I was home, and I saw people hanging out at the park, and it was so cool to see people hanging out and just being chill, you know, and they were keeping their distance from each other, sure, but they weren't wearing masks. They were just hanging out 10 feet apart, 15 feet apart, and that feels like the right way to get back into things. I'm no fucking doctor. Don't take my word for it. Don't do anything I say. This is not medical advice. But damn, man, I don't wear a mask outside unless I'm at the grocery store. And if somebody's walking toward me, I'll avoid them if they look like they want to be avoided. And 9 times out of 10, one of us will just step all the way to the other side of the sidewalk so that we're 6 feet apart. But like, you know, can we ease out of this? The curve is flattening if the models are to be trusted. It's hard to trust anything right now because nothing makes sense and everybody feels like they're lying to you. But like, there's states opening up and that's great. And dude, I see people online like rooting against that shit. That is so fucked. How do you see a state starting to loosen restrictions and then be like, well, hopefully you'll all just die and then we can have a whole new state to move people to? I see people tweeting that. I mean, of course, Twitter is like a nightmare and I get that's where the crazy people go. But it's shocking that people are that crazy. And we'll say that. It's like you have to be extreme. It's almost like you have to be extreme or else you don't matter. Like so many people just pick the most extreme side of stuff. I hate politics, dude. That's why I fucking hate politics, dude. Because you can have ideas from both sides and not want to choose a side. I don't want to choose a side. They both suck, dude. They're both full of dumb people. But like, you don't have to just choose one extreme side. You know what I mean? Like you can value a super strong economy and also understand that climate change is real. You know? And it's not even believing in it. It's like believing in a couch. A couch exists. Like climate change is real. It's beyond the point of believing in it. It's just understanding it. Just the same, the economy needs to be strong. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. That's my mature bro, dude. That's my mature bro. I had to let him out. Now he's out. I had to just get that out, dude. Oh. Where's the molly, dude? I've been... okay. So back to the Bros on Zoom. So here's what I wanted to do. I put out that video, Bros on Zoom, and it ended with a very special poem read by Bryler because he's been locked inside for 2 months, and he has an urge to express himself artistically, and so he did that through the power of written word. And I posted on Instagram, and I asked people to send me their best broetry, their best written broems, because there are a lot of artistic broets out there, and I'm here to help them find their calling. So I got a bunch of poems, and I have them right here, and I'm going to read them to you. Actually, I'm not going to read them to you because that would be very unbro of me. So I'm going to invite a longtime homie to read a couple of these poems and give you his responses to them. So here now to read the best of bro poetry, the best broetry, and the top broems from all the broets out there on Instagram is my homie from high school, Bryler. Oh, dude, what the fuck is good, dude? Good to be back in the freaking studio, dude. Not much has fucking changed here, huh, Brent? Jesus Christ, dude. You still got mad stains on your walls and shit? What do, dude? You just bend over and have freaking diarrhea on your walls, dude? Freaking weirdo. All right, let's read these freaking poems, dude. Poetry is actually pretty sick. I remember 11th grade in sports fiction class in high school. I wrote this sick-ass poem about freaking Scottie Pippen because that fool is dope as fuck. And, like, yeah, everybody loves Jordan, but, like, Scottie Pippen, dude, that fool's got such a big-ass nose, dude, and I think he's just super underrated for his big-ass nose and his deep-ass voice, and that's what I wrote about in my poem, and I just want to thank Mr. Altman for giving me a B- on that, because I'm pretty sure without that B-, I would still be selling weed in the parking lot. Well, I still do, but I would be doing it, like, more than I currently do. All right, dude. Check it out, dude. These are the best bro poems of freaking all time, dude. Roses are red. Violets are blue. The only bro I need is you. That was pretty sweet, dude. That's from a fool named Joe Bullen, dude. That shit is tight, dude. Joe is really digging at the heartstrings and trying to find the verbiage to successfully appreciate his loving emotions into his fellow bro, dude. And for that, I give you 2 finger snaps, dude. Very sick, dude. All right, this one comes from whitesand_nar, dude. That's a freaking gnarly name, dude. Bro, I miss your hugs, your shrugs, and talking about bees we fuck. Shucks. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. I appreciate the multi-rhyme scheme pattern in your words, okay? And to end with the word shucks is like you're throwing in a twist that typical writers would not typically use in their writing patterns. And for that, I give you 3 finger snaps. Very sick. Very sick. This one comes from Dan Taft, dude. Dan Taft, here's his poem, dude. Protein shakes and natty fakes. Surviving lockdown is having my best bro in town. Dude, that's freaking tight, dude. That's what's up, dude. This fool's talking about protein shakes and natty fakes, dude. Speaking my freaking language, dude. But I just want everybody to know that you should not be drinking protein shakes and natty at the same time. It will really mess up your digestive tract, and you will have to go to the hospital for at least 36 hours. Trust me, I know. But for trying to survive lockdown with your best bro in town and doing, it's tight in this poem, actually, in both stanzas that Dan Taft chose 2 different rhyme schemes, but somehow melded both together in a fusion that you don't typically see in modern day poetry. And for that, I give him 4 finger snaps. All right, this one comes from Adithya01. Once there was a wild crow. Ever get scared? I got your back, bro. That's what's up, dude. I know who I'm taking with me to the bars to fight some fools, dude. That's tight, dude. Adithya opens with a pretty ominous portrait of a wild crow in the wilderness, which is honestly a symbol of retribution for past transgressions, if you've ever read a book. And then she subsets her way into your psyche by letting you know that should any aggression ever come your freaking way, dude, she will not only have your back with a forceful freaking vengeance, but she will make sure that you are chill throughout the process. And for that, I give you 5 finger snaps and 1 2-second chug. Okay, our next poem comes from The Loveliest Villain. Here I am at home. The sun is out, but I'm alone. I miss all my bros. That's a bro haiku, dude. That's a very nice haiku, The Loveliest Villain. That's actually a modern haiku that hits all the traditional patterns of a traditional haiku, but is delivered in a way that really activates the psyches in your mind from your own previous expenditures of freaking wisdom and culture and like chilling with bros while you're at home but you're alone. It really speaks to like how lonely it could be, dude, when you don't freaking see the dudes that you want to be chilling with, dude. And it really strikes an emotional chord, and one that you didn't think you freaking had, dude, but it's there, dude. You have an emotional chord, dude. Sometimes people don't recognize, dude, how freaking emotional that you can be, dude. It's fucking hard to be alone. All you want to do is go out and party with your boys, dude, do some blow off a kitchen table and kick it with some girls, and then you want to maybe shotgun a beer, dude, take your pants down and run around downtown and not get arrested, dude, because if you get arrested, then you know Officer Reynolds is going to give you your 3rd strike and you're having to go to jail down with your pants down. That's not streaking. That's just having a cigar till last time. And so for that, dude, I give you 7.5 finger snaps. Very sick, dude. Very sick. Our next poem, dude, comes from Red Hood 2020. This one's deep. Red Hood 2020 writes, bros before hoes. That's deep, dude. I know you felt that, dude. It's deep. It's subtle, yet packs a powerful punch on the palate that most poems just don't do. And you really feel it reverberating. Let's read it again. Because you can really feel it reverberating within your soul, you know, if you read it correctly in the way that it was designed to be read. So let's read it again, dude. Bros before hoes. Did you feel that? Did you feel that, dude? Because I'm telling you right now, dude, I freaking felt that, dude. I felt that big time, dude. Because now, what I think the broet is trying to say here is that there's a very specific, you know, hierarchy to bro culture. And that hierarchy includes bros. And then beneath bros, it includes hoes. And if you move that hierarchy laterally so that you're on a completely new plane of existence and you look at it from left to right, you still see bros before hoes. And so really, no matter what universe or what dimension you're looking at this through, and no matter your perspective or through what type of lens you're viewing this issue, the answer is going to be universally known that bros come before hoes. And for that, you get 8 finger snaps. Our next poem, dude, comes from Boomerang Sunset Poppy. Broses are red. My powder is white. Don't DM my girl or we bout to fight. My bros drink seltzers. Used to be Natty Light. Do you listen to Joe Rogan? His podcasts are tight, dude. That's tight, dude. That's what's up, dude. That's a modern day linguist right there, if I've ever seen it, to be honest. Like, this dude really has a way with verbiage and words, and the symbolism that he uses when he brings up our Lord and Savior Joe Rogan is something that you don't traditionally see in modern day poetry, but if you look back at a lot of the classics, you'll see it come up a lot. And so the way that he's returning to his roots as an artist, it really speaks a lot to the dedication he has to his craft. And for that, I give him 4 finger snaps and 3 elk meat steaks, but like virtually. Okay, let's read this one. Couple more, dude. Ooh, this is a long one, dude. This is actually one of my favorites, dude. All right, this one comes from a chick bro. This chick bro writes, I have a vagina, but I'm kind of a bro. Protein in check, and I'm looking to grow. FIFA on lock, like I'm about to go pro. Jack like Travis Chadson, nutrition by Joe. I'm a Rogan, no Jamie, that's for show. A spiral on every football I throw. I don't do lines unless it's before I row, because I'd rather die high than be turtle slow. That's freaking tight right there, dude. That's just the first freaking stanza, dude. Wait for the other stanzas, dude. This chick has some dope-ass stanzas, dude. Was there ever a better supplement than blow? Damned if I look like that boy. Pillsbury dough. Ugh! My fitness, my broness, both got you like, whoa. Tigers are cool, but my spirit animal is a crow. Again, with the crow symbolism, dude. This is good, dude. About to go off international like Art Nouveau. Nouveau. What? Yeah, I know art, and I've read Rousseau. Each bro is unique like flakes of fresh snow. This has been fun, but I've got to go. My elk meat's been getting cold, and I'm hungry, yo.
Plus, Bryler's on Zoom. I've got to say hello, dude. That's freaking me, dude. He's DJing on his Insta Live show. Oh, she saw, dude. His beats are so sick, and he's got mad flow. And if you don't know, dude, now you know. Wow, dude. Let that sink in for a minute, dude. That's honestly a monumental piece of work that may very well go down with freaking Romeo and JJ, and freaking, that might, dude, to be honest, dude, that might go down with Superbad as far as like the best written pieces of work of all time. You know what I mean? It goes like, freaking The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio, Superbad, and then probably this poem are the three sickest pieces of art ever made. In this poem specifically, I appreciate the mono rhyme scheme and the modern fusion of hip-hop lyricism that melds perfectly with a bro-centric perspective towards life. And for that, this female broette gets 6 finger snaps and 1 gigantic chug of Four Loko. That was freaking tight, dude. Well, Brent, dude, thank you so much for letting me cruise by, dude, and checking out your shitty-ass apartment, dude. It's freaking not that sick, dude, but it's better than my stepdad's garage, which is where I'm crashing at. And, dude, if you want to come over later, we kick it or whatever. It'll be pretty chill. And everybody else, dude, I hope you're fucking sick, dude. Hit me up on Zoom. Follow me on Venmo, and I'll freaking see you guys freaking at the next reunion or something. All right. Thank you, Bryler, my homie from high school, the guy I grew up with. He's actually like 10 different guys that I grew up with all melded into one. Those poems were fun, dude. Thanks to everybody for writing those in. If you have more, comment on the YouTube channel or just send me more, and I'll keep collecting your bro poems, and maybe I'll make a book one day of broetry. Bryler was wearing a Storm Area 51 shirt. If you are watching this on YouTube, you saw that. If you're not watching this, now you know because I just told you. That shirt was given to me by a homie. I actually don't know him, but I met him online, and he offered to give me a shirt because I made a Bryler Storms Area 51 video last summer, and this guy was selling shirts, and he sent me one, and I wore it in the video. And I forget his name, so sorry, man. If you're watching this, comment below, and I'll bump it up and make sure everybody sees. But he's based out in Northern California, and he seemed like a great guy. Okay. Dude, speaking of Area 51, bro, are you guys into UFOs? Come on. I am big time. I don't know, and this is not something I've talked about like a lot, but rarely has there been a day that goes by where I don't look up something about UFOs. Especially since the Pentagon released that footage in April. Now, if you don't know, they released this footage of UFOs flying around that officers saw when they were flying around in their own army planes or whatever. I don't know the language to use there. Freaking army planes, dude. And the Pentagon straight up said, yo, we don't know what these are. We don't think that they're from us or any other country. What does that mean, bro? What does that mean when you say they're not from the U.S. and they're not from any other country that we know of? And then you go a little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper. We're not even deep yet, dude. You go a little bit deeper, and you hear qualified experts say, oh, yeah, humankind doesn't have the technology to make stuff that does that. What? What? And I'm not talking about crazy people that are saying this. I'm talking about like people that are currently teaching at colleges and currently working as government officials or formerly government officials, like commanding officers and people with rank, dude, and clearances and all that shit. And they're saying that these things, we don't have the capability to make stuff that does that on Earth. What? How people aren't talking about this? And the Pentagon released the footage. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theory dude, but I do think that if you say, oh, those UFOs are just like super secret army stuff that they're just pretending not to know about, that's the bigger conspiracy. If you're saying that, you are supplying a bigger conspiracy than if those UFOs are from a different planet or dimension. That's what I believe. I'm not dedicating my life to it unless this virus never goes away. Then I will absolutely switch career paths and become a ufologist. But dude, if you're saying those things are man-made and they're just like a super big cover-up and everyone's pretending like they're not theirs, the videos were from 2004. That's 16 years ago. You think in 16 years they wouldn't have implemented that crazy technology at least a little bit into our life? That's the bigger conspiracy, dude. If you don't believe that those things are from a different place or time or dimension or whatever, there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down, dude. I'm not going to go down it until I can get someone on the podcast to talk to, because otherwise I'd look like I'm just ranting in an empty room, which I am. But the thing is, it's crazy. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because the things move around in ways like it's going 150 miles an hour and then it rotates as it's moving like that. That's not, and then they just fly like in different ways that you can't do in a plane. And there's no like plumes or smoke or anything coming off. It's crazy. Okay. I strongly suggest looking into it, at least just a little bit. Just pique your curiosity, because if some crazy shit happens, you can say, Brent Pella told me. Brent Pella told me, bro. Brent Pella's got my back, dude. BP's got my back, dog. BP's got my back. I got your back, dude. Go read about some alien stuff tonight. Go to reddit.com, subreddit UFOs, and watch a video or two. Don't watch the videos of lights floating around and the people who got abducted stories. Don't waste your time with any of that. Watch the stuff that's credible. The people that are talking about it that have rank and government backgrounds, and the people who took the videos and the government videos, not the lights flying around. You don't need to watch any of that. If that'd be crazy, dude. If aliens came, dude. Somebody thinks my mom thought it's us from the future, which is that's a cool theory. And then I found this other dude, Michael Masters, talking about how aliens could be us from the future. Dude, I need to get someone on that's credible and that talks about all that stuff. That's what I need. Why are they coming now, though? Maybe they're coming now. They're coming in like the 2000s, because you think about what we study. We only study the weirdest, craziest times in human history, right? The wars. We don't study peaceful times and times where everybody was just chilling. No, we study the wars, the bombs, the depression, the plagues, the new countries. So maybe that's why they're coming back right now, because they know some shit's going down. I don't know. They're studying us. Who knows, dude? Who knows, bro? It's crazy. Man, finished up the Michael Jordan documentary. I cried, dude. I cried during the last episode of that documentary. Absolutely cried. And anybody that's a huge sports fan or a huge Michael Jordan fan or just basketball fan in general will know. Because that is just, if you're not, it's different. Like growing up with Jordan and the Bulls and then reliving it now as an adult through this documentary, it's like so nostalgic and like cut like deep, dude. And I cried because it was fucking cool to see everything that those people went through. All those dudes on that team, all the shit that they went through. Whew, it was deep, dude. There's a scene of the crowd in Utah when they were playing the Utah Jazz. It looked like a Trump rally, dude. Because the whole stadium in Utah, they were talking about how angry the fans were and how passionate the Utah fans were. And they're showing shots of the fans. Dude, they are all white. They are so white. They're not just white. Like, they're whiter. Like, I'm considered white, even though I'm Italian, like, by blood. So I got some tan in me. But, dude, those people in Utah, they got no tan, dude. They got no tan. You know that sunscreen image, that famous ad of the girl getting her bathing suit bottoms ripped off by a dog, and you can see her butt, and it's super white? Utah Jazz fans are that girl's butt. That's what they are. That's how white they are. If you throw white out on a Utah Jazz fan, the whiteout will stand out on their skin because they are whiter than the whiteout. You can cover Utah Jazz fan in whiteout, and then someone will be like, oh my God, where'd you get a tan? They are white, dude. And that's not a knock. I don't know if that's racist against white people, but they just look like a Trump rally, dude. That's what Trump rallies look like. They just look like a bunch of angry white people. And that's what the Jazz crowd look like. I'm not saying they are Trump fans. I don't know what happens in Utah. I've only been there once for that college show, which was super dope. That college show was dope, man. Reggie Miller. Dude, if there's anybody from the 90s era that could hold their own today and play like pretty much the same, it's Reggie Miller, dude. He was so physical. He was super athletic and fast and just pushing off people. I think he would be able to hold his own today. I love how Steve Kerr got his moment. That was really cool. And the cool thing was, dude, in those last episodes, you saw Michael Jordan like having fun, dude, rolling into practice and just kind of messing around and talking about being present. And like, man, that shit is so important, dude, to just be present in everything, but especially when you're on such a huge stage that those guys were. And that was so cool. That's why I love Phil Jackson. And if you haven't read Phil Jackson's books, read every book about Phil Jackson that you possibly can. That dude brought Zen Buddhism into sports and was so ahead of his time by doing that. Because now you see people like LeBron and modern day players, and they're all meditating and they're doing yoga. Dude, Phil was having them do that in the 90s, and they were the only team that was doing that. And he brought that in, and that has such a huge, that being present with your mind and your body has such a huge impact on your output as a person. It's huge, man. Huge. I don't meditate enough, but meditation also doesn't have to be like sitting down and closing your eyes and like with your hands up at your side and your legs crossed. That doesn't have to be meditation. You can find meditation in anything you do. That's probably like the truest form, and you could probably go the deepest inside your own mind when you do that. But for me, I find meditation when I'm just in a zone of doing something where I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing, and I'm not really thinking about anything else. It could be I'm working out, sometimes when I'm cooking, because I've found a super cool passion for cooking, and my fucking pasta is off the chain, dude. And but usually just when I'm working out or playing basketball. You can find a meditative practice in that. You can find meditation through yoga. You can find it through writing. You can find it through painting or any other like endeavor where you're kind of expressing yourself or using that part of your brain that expresses yourself. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I would love to talk to somebody about that. Maybe I will. I'm going to try to have a guest on next week. I'm not going to say who it is because I just want to make sure that it happens first, and then I'll announce it before the episode comes out. But if you're into health and fitness and food and healthy stuff, and a whole lot more, then tune in next week, hopefully. And if he can't be on next week, I'll get him on another time. But it should be next week, and it'll be really fun. So that's going to do it, dude, for episode 10. Guys, love you so much, okay? Go meditate. Go meditate and learn about aliens, all right? And we'll discuss next time, okay? All right. I love you. Bye-bye.